This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, welcome, America. That's right. I am back along with my co-host, Miss Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady herself. Rita, how you been doing? Man, it's so great to be back.
It is wonderful to be back. We have been fine here, working hard to get ready for the hardware show.
Well, there's a lot going on, Rita. As you know, we're preparing for the International Builders Show / hardware show / kitchen and bath. That's going to be coming up in a couple weeks. So we're going to be hopping that big bird and taking our show on the road, huh?
Yes, we are, sir.
But tell us a little bit. This is our first show of the year, and we're excited. And tell us a little bit about what we can expect on the Invent America show coming up in 2023.
Well, we're looking at, like today, after it being so cold over the last few weeks, we're going to talk about products that help you get your house ready or deal with the inclement weather. And that just seemed like a fun one when I was thinking about it. It was freezing cold here. But what we're going to talk about is, sometimes we'll have a theme on the inventions that are used around the house, and sometimes we'll be dealing with a problem or a solution that inventors face, like getting both these guests today are going to the National Hardware Show. So we're kind of focused on what their expectations are and the people that they want to meet.
So let's talk about some of the exciting new technologies that you're going to be introducing along with the two that's going to be on the show today.
So we've got everything from the newest, coolest ice cream scoop to fixing a fence that is starting to drag. So many different products, and that's one of the really great things about this show is that it covers so many industries. And I always tell people, it's like, if you think of your product as being a big box store product, the Targets, the Home Depots, the Bed Bath & Beyond, then this is the show for you, because so many of them they've got a very narrow focus, and this one really has something for everyone.
Well, let's talk about the Inventor Lady herself, the theme and the premises behind what you do, and maybe you can help our audience a little bit. The young inventors out there that might have an idea, and maybe you can walk them through a little cheat sheet right quick and, maybe talk about some easy ways getting their product to the market.
Well, what I do is help inventors get from, I have an idea, like I've got a belly button, to where I can get to the point where I can license it to someone else. And everybody's got a belly button, but it doesn't mean that I can sell it no matter how cute it is. We need certain things in place. So we need to get a search done. We need a registered patent attorney involved. We need a good functioning proof of concept prototype. And so a lot of what I do is point people into the right directions, so that they're not just scrambling trying to find somebody listed on the internet, because that can be a real disaster. You know that. And so getting things done properly gives us a better chance of then getting a good licensing deal in place, because they're going to ask me a few questions right off the bat for a licensing deal. And if I can help the inventor get through those steps better, all right, we've got a better chance at licensing. And a licensing deal means somebody else is going to make it, sell it, and send you a check. They're basically renting the right to use your intellectual property, and that's why filing the patent with a registered patent attorney is so important.
Well, we have 3 guests lined up. Can you maybe give us a brief on all 3 guests?
I certainly can. Jeff Gerhardt invented a new type of snow shovel. I'll let him tell you more about that. Ted Butterworth invented a way of helping to clean your pipes out so that, this cold weather, the water doesn't freeze and rupture the pipes. And Michael Miller is our industry expert. He had helped license a lot of things that went into the Home Depots.
Wow.
So he worked with I worked with the inventor representing the inventor. He represented the company. So we worked a lot together.
I got you. So we got a full show coming up, 3 new guests, and I know you have a whole bunch of guests lined up, coming up in the upcoming weeks. So we're going to be all over the spectrum here, right, Rita?
It is, and that's what makes it so interesting.
Wow. But I tell you, we're excited to launch our 2023 show and part of Home Talk USA, the Invent America segment of the show. And I guess the whole purpose is that if we could provide that education information, we basically can save the inventor a lot of money from the mistakes that they're going to possibly make. It's just hard to come up with that blueprint if you really don't know the steps, right, Rita?
It is, and there's actually a blueprint or a document on my website, InventorLady.com. It's called the Inventor's Galaxy Guide. It's a short, easy read, but it walks through all the steps. And I get inventors that's like, well, they're trying to make decisions on the process before they have all the information. Yeah. And that's tough. It's like you make your business decisions based on the information you gathered at each step. And so you need to know how the pendulum swings, and that's what the Inventor's Galaxy Guide talks about. It's free. You just download it, take a look at it. It takes about 30 minutes, and then you really can ask better questions. And you learn in there that, people will say, well, I become like your partner. No, if they're sending an invoice, they're not your partner. They are a service provider. Well, how do you deal with those service providers? What should you expect when you're dealing with them? And those are some of the things that I help inventors deal with sooner rather than later, so we have a better chance. We try to save money, time, and, irritation to your stomach. Before we take a short break, the number one Twitter and texts I get and emails I get, basically, the Invent America show is exploding, and people just want to know how to get on the show. And again, I want to stress this: we do not charge our guests. Nobody is paying a fee to be on our radio program. But what is the steps to get onto the radio program? Again, they can go to InventorLady.com, and there's a little button that you push. It says, if you want to be on the show, you fill out the form. It comes back to me. I've had people are starting to fill out those forms, so we'll be getting them on the show. Probably in February we'll start. We've pretty much got a full itinerary for January. But now some of those people that are filling out the forms, we'll place them based on the topics that we have. But I appreciate it when they come in, because that means that I've got options when I'm getting ready to go and say, okay, this is our topic. Who's out there for us? But it's very easy to get to. All right, Rita, well, hold on. We're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with our first guest when we come off a break. Mr. Jeff Gerhardt will be on our Invent America segment of the show. This is Home Talk USA, though, streaming live on the World Wide Web at HomeTalkUSA.com. Don't forget to check out our television show at HomeTalkTV.com, HomeTalkTV.com. And if you have an idea of a guest or a topic you want for us to discuss on the show, it's very simple. You heard it. Just go to HomeTalkUSA.com or InventorLady.com. All right, we got to step away. Got to pay some bills right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live on the Genesis
Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. I'm the Cajun Man alone with Miss Rita Crompton. We'll be right back. Yay!
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HometalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HometalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back to the only home improvement show dedicated to you guys, the American consumer. This is the Invent America segment of our show, where we talk to inventors all across this great country with my co-host and sidekick, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Rita, wow, the show's, what a first show of the year, and we've had some good guests so far, you know?
We have, and there are so many really good inventors out there that they're excited, and they have got a product that is going to make life better for everybody. And Michael Miller, our next guest, is kind of a different side of that. And he's a different side of what I do. Where I help inventors get teed up, I met Michael because he was working for the companies to bring new products into the marketplace from the company's point of view. And so he did that for about as long as I've been doing what I'm doing, but he was also on the board of directors for the United Inventors Association. So he worked on that side of it as well. He's been a speaker at the National Hardware Show and the International Houseware Show. So he has been doing this for a long time, and he sees it a little bit more from the company's point of view for licensing. And I thought he would be a perfect guest today because both of the previous guests, they want to be able to license their intellectual property. But Michael is going to be joining us in our booth this year for the first time, really then working to make some of those contacts for the inventors there. And, of course, you're going to be in and out of our booth on a regular basis, so certainly wanted to have the chance to introduce you two gentlemen if you hadn't already met.
Yeah, well, great. So, Mike, let me ask you this right quick, and obviously I want to jump in here because we're getting the other side of the story, you know, the end result of all these inventors that really are looking to get a distributor, manufacturer, or of their product. And like I told them, you know, the biggest decision they have to make is whether or not they want to have a license agreement or if they want to manufacture the product themselves and distribute the products. And they're both, right? They both have pros and cons, right?
Oh, my gosh, absolutely, yes. And it really usually comes down to what kind of resources the inventor has and what kind of timeline they're on. That's really the key. And once, like you said, both of them have very much pros and cons. Generally, I would say for most people, the licensing route is probably the best route to go, and also the one that's not going to burn through all your finances.
So my question for you is that when licensing then is the goal, what is the most important step for an inventor to focus on early on so that they know they're going to be teed up to be something that you want to take a look at?
Absolutely. The number one thing, and actually I will say it's the number one thing that I see most inventors not doing very well, and that's the research. It's boring, and it requires an awful lot of work, in many cases much more work than actually coming up with the product and prototyping and all of that. And so when I say research, what is the competitive products that you are going to be going up against out in the marketplace? What is what are the products that your customers that you're looking to sell these products through, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, whoever it might be, what are they already selling? How much is it already selling for, and how many units are they already selling? And then you need to understand, where do you fit in that with this product? Or is it something that you shouldn't pursue? But really, because that's the pitch that you need to be making when you're basically describing this product, talking through the product with the prospective licensing company, is in many cases they see the product and they say, yeah, it works, okay, great. But that's not the big deal. The big deal is really being able to get it in the marketplace and having it valued and priced at the right amount so that everybody can make a profit on it. And you need to know that before you ever make your pitch.
Mike, we're going to have to take a short break. Just hold on that thought right there, my buddy. We're going to take a short break along with my guest. Well, my guest. Rita, I always say you're my guest. You're my co-host.
Well, you can flip a coin, because sometimes I am your guest and sometimes I'm your co-host.
We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. This is the Invent America part of our show right here on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. That's the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. I'm the Cajun Contractor along with my sidekick, Rita Crompton. We'll be right back. Yay!